Und da sind wir wieder zu einem neuen Part von der Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Mein Name ist Koparius und wir haben uns eine Ehre für diesen Part aufnehmen zu dürfen. Und im letzten Part wurde unser Weltbild erschüttert, als wir herausgefunden haben, dass wenn wir diesen Fahrstuhl runter und wieder hochfahren, dass sich an Ort und Stelle das Büro unseres Chefs befindet. Unglaublich. Was für ein Schocker. Deswegen auch nochmal, wie im letzten Part, wie ich gesagt habe, die Entwickler geben sich Mühe, um an bestimmten Stellen, wo Leute nie vorbeischauen würden, etwas zu hinterlassen. Und ich bin derjenige, der das ehren möchte, der das erleben möchte und sich freut, wenn die Entwickler sich so viel Mühe geben, dass sie selbst für diese kleinsten Abzweigungen, die dümmsten Entscheidungen noch etwas platziert haben. Und das ist mehr als nur ein bisschen etwas platziert haben. Schauen wir mal, ob er da nochmal reagiert.
Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Komm, ich muss hochgehen wieder. Dann schauen, ob er da nochmal reagiert. Wahrscheinlich ist er jetzt fertig. Also würde mich wundern, wenn er jetzt nochmal drauf reagiert. Ich glaube, das war das Finale davon.
You know what?
Oh, holy shit, er
I just
reagiert.
thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment.
Lol.
Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting.
Oh, scheiße. Ja,
Why don't we
bleiben wir
take this
stecken,
elevator ride nice and slow? There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises? To have to think and to anticipate and then to marvel at the eventual reveal. This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years. And it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley. Because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why, oh, I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you, so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh good, we're here.
Oh mein Gott, okay. Holy shit, ist das ein komplett neues Ende gerade mit der Pressekonferenz hier? Das kenne ich nicht.
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
All eyes on Stanley, live on stage. Alter, okay, das ist definitiv neu. Das habe ich noch nie gesehen. Lustig. Ich glaube, früher war es so, dass man einfach doch im Fahrstuhl stecken geblieben ist, weil er keinen Bock mehr hatte, da muss man neu starten, oder nicht? The Storyteller. Stanley reveals all in his new books, yeah. World's healthiest human being. All tricks revealed. How we did it. The pyramids. Live, the guy who went to Mars. Wie geil ist das denn, ey? Das ist jetzt komplett blind. Das ist so, das gab es definitiv nicht im originalen Spiel. An evening with world peace, baby. Okay. The Stanley Parable Stanley, tonight, live on stage. The man. The process. The myth. The legend. The parable. Stanley from the Stanley Parable. Tonight, live on stage.
Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door.
Stage door. A Q&A with world's first sentient machine. Ein Arm, natürlich. Oh, ich bin gespannt. Doing great. A conversation with Alexander. Great. Ich glaube, wir werden hier ein bisschen verarscht, oder? Kommen wir nicht sofort, als wenn wir auf eine Stage gehen hier, oder?
All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry, you'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go
The
get 'em.
Lord. The Lord plus Meet and Greet. Featured Keynote Speaker. Okay. National Geographic. Indoors Monthly. 4 to 7. Up again, down again. The Stanley Story. Oh, wie geil ist das denn? Break a leg, champ, your boss. Story. Stanley, me, dad, age 6? Congratulations, Stanley. Remember where you came from. Your co-workers. Geil. An unforgiving account of ups as well as downs. Highs and lows. Isn't that what life's about? Stephen Stanley O. 5 Sterne. Wie geil ist das denn? I love the way you ride elevators, Herz. Thanks for showing me the cool skateboard trick in the parking lot. You're too cool. Good luck on stage. Rock on. No one tells stories the way you do. Go get 'em, Tiger. Stanley, my true love for you grows every day. You make me feel alive. Your wife from the apartment ending. Ah, the apartment ending, stimmt. Die Fake-Frau, ja, stimmt. Lustig. 4 to 7, wish you were here. I played the demo. Yeah, I played the demo too, mate. Mind Control Facility. Ach, die ganzen Referenzen hier. 8. Die ganzen Augen. Hier nochmal up and down. Wie geil ist dieses Ending? An audience with the dude who came up with pizza. Nice. Ja, dass wir mit all denen konkurrieren können, finde ich schon beeindruckend. Gut, dann gehen wir mal hoch. Die Leute warten auf uns, wir sind Bestseller. Woo! Let's fucking go! Alter, was für eine Stage! Die beiden Köpfe, Stanley, yeah! Das ist ein bisschen zu viel Pressure. Ja, ich glaube, wir haben Herzinfarkt bekommen, sind gestorben. Gut. Passt. Perfekt. Oh, wie geil war das denn einfach? Oh, wunderschön. Komm, ich warte jetzt erstmal auf das Ending, wo wir nicht mal rausgehen. Ich muss mich kurz beruhigen, okay. Anscheinend war das ein bisschen zu viel für Stanley. Der ist ja auch ein relativ schüchterner Typ, ne? Der ist nur dann gewohnt, in seinem Office-Room da zu sitzen und einfach simple Commands durchzugehen. Von daher, Mensch, lassen wir ihn mal, ne? Lassen wir ihn mal. Deswegen, aber ja, geil. Schon mal direkt, einfach nur durch ich wusste nicht, dass es so kommt. Einfach durch Ausprobieren, ein neues Ending sich ergattert. Und wenn man jetzt das mit dem Fenster ignoriert und dem Broomstick, ist das auch unser erstes richtiges Ende so. Lustig. Hätte ich nicht erwartet, dass unser erstes Ende ein Ende ist, was wir schon mal, was wir noch nicht erlebt haben. Genau. Ja, interessant. Aber ich liebe es, diese hasserfüllte Ironie des Narrators, wie er da schon so, ja, Stanley, du dieses Stück Scheiße, oh, toll, du hast Storytelling revolutioniert. Schön. Einfach schön. Hat mir sehr gefallen. Ich dachte kurz, er verarscht uns. Aber wir waren da wirklich auf einer großen Stage. Aber ja, wie gesagt, dem armen Stanley wurde es ein bisschen zu viel des Guten. Um es mal so zu sagen. Die Frage ist natürlich, wie lange wir jetzt mal warten müssen, bis wir das eine Ending bekommen. Ich schaue mal kurz nach. Das macht es ein bisschen einfacher. So. Flowcharts. Cool. Ups. Man muss das hier machen. Ich Idiot.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Auch schönes Ending. Übrigens, anscheinend, habe ich jetzt gerade gesehen, gibt es, wenn wir da rausspringen, noch ein anderes Ending. Dann nehmen wir das auch nochmal kurz weg.
Were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Klatsch. Hallo, ich bin zurück.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
So, hast du diesen Witz satt? Und wenn wir jetzt Nein drücken...
Then in that case we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different?
Yeah.
Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is Rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Cheers. Ja, dann finde ich den Song doch besser. Weil ich glaube, ich habe ja dieses Voice-Over erstmal gemacht in der Zeit. Also hier, ich habe Nein gedrückt. Ja, fand ich besser. Ich fand den Song cooler, muss ich sagen. Muss ich mal zugeben. Deswegen gehen wir zurück, spielen erneut und machen weiter. So.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
So. Da machen wir mal weiter. Ja, dieser Input ist jetzt hier nicht mehr da. Der ist ja an einem anderen PC jetzt. Ah, da. Awaiting Input. Input received. Aha. Jetzt hat es hier nochmal aufgeladen. Interessant. Ja, dann bin ich mal gespannt, was in den nächsten Endings dann. Wie sich das aufbaut. Ne, okay, gut. Klappt nicht. Guti. Dann machen wir weiter. Folgen jetzt erstmal dem einen Ending.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ja, warum gibt es nicht einen Sprint-Button? Das wäre besser.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Ah, schön, schön. Das schöne Broom Closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Oh ja, beruhigende New Age Musik.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
So, und jetzt werden wir diesem Weg nun wirklich folgen und erleben. Wie gesagt, dieses Projekt ist ja auch so entspannt, weil der Erzähler übernimmt das meiste für mich, ne? Sagen wir mal so, von daher, ich kann nur mich abkecken und so weiter.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Gut, und wieder die Münze. Wollen wir den Escape wählen oder die Mind Control Facility? Kopf ist Mind Control, Escape ist... Nochmal, ich hab's nicht gefangen. Und... Kopf. Alter, ja, die Münze will echt, dass ich dem Narrator folge. Hm.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Ja, gute Frage. Ich habe keine Ahnung, was jetzt passieren wird. Kappa?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Kaputt. Nummer 1 ist auch schon gefeuert und so. Hier ist auch ein Fail-Screen. Ja, eine erschreckende Sache. Hier haben wir auch ein Board voll mit den Nummern. Ja, was heißt das alles nur? Was für eine schreckliche Wahrheit sich hier befindet. Oh mein Gott. Das kann nicht
This
wahr sein.
mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control?
Never.
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Kann auch hier wieder runter, oder? Nee, okay.
But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Klick, klick, klick. Klick, 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 klick. Ja, ich glaube, hier können wir nichts machen, oder? Hier ist ein roter Button. Ja, ich glaube, ich habe schon viele Male hier in diesem Raum vieles probiert, aber genau funktionieren hat nichts davon. 3? Stimmt, hier waren noch solche Knöpfe, da wusste ich glaube, die hätten auch nie irgendwas gebracht, falls das, woran ich mich gerade jetzt ein bisschen erinnern kann. Hier ist die 5. Ein Control Idle, awaiting input. Ja, da werden wir uns gleich drum kümmern. Ich suche nur ein bisschen nach diesen Weitknöpfen. Ja. 1, 2. Da hätten wir 3, oder? 3. Dann war da oben, glaube ich, 4, weil da hinten war 5, oder? Oh Gott. Ach, hier geht's nicht auf. Geht es natürlich. Dann kann man das auch nicht machen. Ja, gut. Dann eben nicht. So. Puh, dann gehen wir hierher.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Nee, stimmt, warte mal. Ja, verdammt, die Zahl, ja, die Zahl. Die Münze wollte erstmal ein cleanes Narrator-Ending haben, meine Güte.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Dann lasst uns hinaus in die Freiheit gehen.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Schlage das Spiel. Der Umschlag freigeschaltet. Aber leider, ihr habt es gelesen, the end is never. Wir haben es geschafft, aber wir sind doch wieder zurück in unserem Büro. Ja, was uns jetzt noch alles erwartet, werden wir dann sehen in den nächsten Parts von The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Bis dann und ciao.